Thanks for joining us for part 2 of the Fishbowl with Michael Strahan. Again, we're going to be getting into how it all started for him and the D-line coaches that helped him along his very unusual journey. I want to touch on just like your origins, because for me, I think everybody, whether they think of you as a pitchman or think of you as one of the guys, the top 5 to 7 sack artists of all time, by the way, a complete player, unlike some guys.
I love playing the run when I like playing run.
So we'll touch on that, because that's why I think why my dad had such a fucking hard on for your game and why you guys love each other so much is because you guys both did it all. But you started out, and I know where you get your edge from, or I have a feeling where you get your edge and your work ethic from. Your pops was a boxer, a military guy. Did that instill the toughness that it took, or was it
absolutely.
something? Yeah.
Absolutely. My dad was like, no excuse. I think being in the military, it was, okay, this is what needs to get done. I don't care about all the stuff in between. This is what just needs to get done. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care what work. I don't care if you don't sleep. I don't care about anything. If it's not done, you failed. And that was just the way I grew up around him, but also a father who spent a ton of time, like your dad. He went fishing with us. He did everything with us. So he spent time as a father, but he was also a father who held you accountable.
Right.
And also one I didn't want to disappoint. And that also was a great driving factor in my life, was making sure I didn't disappoint my parents. There's a lot of responsibility in that, at least personally it was to me.
No doubt. And then because of the military background, you're going to Mannheim. Where are you, 9 years, 10 years old?
Nine, yeah.
So to me, this is interesting, because I think that you hear more and more stories of guys that, whether they're international or they grew up in a town where there wasn't football, they didn't have that like traditional, you have to play Pee-wee and you got to get through high school and all that bullshit. You didn't play football for points of your life and really didn't start in Germany until...
I mean, my real first football experience, like high school, was my senior year.
Right. So you never had bad habits, I guess is what
No.
And a lot of these, and as bad as youth football coaching can be and high school football coaching, do you think it's an advantage?
For me, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think growing up overseas, not playing until my senior year, and literally to my senior year, my dad woke up one morning and said, you're gonna go stay with your uncle and you're gonna get a football scholarship. I think the way in which he presented it to me made me go, okay, like it was an easy thing to do.
Right.
I had no idea getting a football scholarship was gonna be hard. I watched it on TV. We called Monday Night Football. It was Tuesday morning football in Germany. I had to watch it, tape it, do whatever. And when I came back to stay with my uncle, it was just what it was. I came back, I stayed, I played football. I got one scholarship to Texas Southern. My dad was like, great, school is free now, off my books. And I was in the States for 5 months.
Yeah.
I came back for 5 months. Went back to Germany in December, and I graduated high school there. So it was like I came in, did my job, and right back out.
So I just think, I think, you know, from a rusher standpoint, there's so much technique that goes into it. And I feel like a lot of it is like, you go to high school, you go to college, depending on your scheme or your coach, who, as you know, a lot of coaches are faking it until they make it. You might have a lot of things that you need to unlearn. And there's bad coaches in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
No doubt about it.
Quite a few.
Right. So how do you, having guys like Earl Leggett or Mike Waffle, who are really solid coaches, you have another coach somewhere along the line, and you're a guy with 100 sacks, you know, or you're a guy with 50 sacks. That coach hasn't played as much as you.
Nope.
That coach doesn't know what you know. How do you deal with that disconnect in a D-line room? Because I think a lot of people don't realize most position coaches don't know as much as the players.
A lot of position coaches or wide receivers coaching O-line. You know what I mean? They mix them around. But I was fortunate in how each coach I had at the time I had them.
Right.
Had I had Earl later in my career, he may have made me retire.
Fuck this.
Because he was so tough, man. I've never ever had a coach that worked me that way. Like I tell people, I've been to hell and back.
Right.
Like there's nothing anyone do to hurt me.
Right.
I had a crazy coach in college who ran us to death in that heat in Texas. We practiced on a turf field in Texas.
AstroTurf.
In the summer. Yeah, AstroTurf. Out, you know, it was miserable. But then when I came to New York and I had Earl, we started every practice with 30 up downs with side to sides in between. Guys would fight over the water at the water fountain and somebody beat you there because they were just so hot and bothered. I've never been pushed that hard in my life. But being a 21-year-old kid, it was all I knew. But his technique work was incredible.
Yeah.
Taking on the double teams, down block, how to take on the puller, everything, hand placement, foot placement on the pass rush, everything was so precise with him. And I needed it because I didn't have those habits. I didn't know what I was doing. I came out of college just being strong, fast enough, quick enough, like a little bit enough of everything with no technique. And Earl pretty much was able to mold me into what he wanted me to be as a player. And but when Earl left and he went to D. Washington, and Denny Marson came. Now Denny came from Indiana, University of Indiana. Wasn't like Earl in the sense of a coach, but Earl would be on your back and you're in the game and you're rushing the passer and you're like, I don't even care if I hit the quarterback or get close. I just need this technique to look really good.
Right.
So when I get in the film room, he doesn't look at me and start like talking about me in front of everybody.
Which is kind of a shitty way to think.
It's a shitty way to think. But Denny was great because Denny came in right after Earl and Denny would yell, get home.
Right.
Basically, I don't care how you get to the quarterback. And Denny's first year there was my first year in the Pro Bowl.
Really?
And I'll never forget seeing Earl on the sidelines of the Redskins. It may have been our first game of the season. I think I started out with 2 sacks or something. And Earl comes over after the game to myself and Keith Hamilton and goes, well, it's good to see you guys finally do this shit I taught you.
Yeah. He's like, man, motherfucker.
Yeah, what you been doing this whole time?
But it takes time.
It took time, but you know what it really took? It took him to remove ourselves from Earl to feel more relaxed on the field because you felt like you're being judged every 2 seconds and you need to step back and just feel like I can go and just play football and be more instinctive instead of being in my own head.
I had that exact thing with Woff, and me and Woff, we used to butt heads all the time. And as you know, Woff's a military type guy, so probably you hit it off with him.
Yeah.
I mean, very structured. Pass rush wise has some really great techniques.
Yeah.
And I was able to, when he got there, coming off like a 13 sack, my career high year, he helped me, but also it was tough to like take those new techniques into account.
Yeah.
And then the way that he applies them in a very formulaic manner works really well for some people, but we butt heads because I need some freedom.
Yeah.
I want to learn your shit, but then I want to just go play.
You want to go apply it how you apply it.
Yeah, which sounds about right. Is like, listen, like it's great to have the structure, but it's got to be a mixture.
Yeah.
You got to let the kids go learn for
But
themselves.
see, I got Woff at the right time.
Yeah.
See, I had from Earl, who was very strict, to Denny, who was, very open to just do whatever you got to do, to Woff, who, with me at that time, I was like, he could say, you're my favorite player. But he got there, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be weird playing for a coach who tells me, yeah, I'm his favorite player.
You're still
but he
his
came from
player.
Earl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He came from Earl's school.
Yeah.
He learned from Earl, but he wasn't as over the top or not hovering over you as Earl. So I was just at a vet at that point and very comfortable with my game and myself that I did listen to Woff because I was like a power guy.
Yep.
I just run right through you. I figure I'm gonna keep hitting you in your face. My will to get to your quarterback is gonna be greater than your will at some point to keep me from getting there. All I need is 1 or 2 a game. We're good. I'm helping my team, or I just put pressure on your quarterback. And Woff taught me about moving my hips, to chop the club, like using the edge more. And I never had done that. So he added a different dimension to my game. And as I got older, I was able to get down to 250 something pounds, 240 something pounds my last 3 years and still play.
Thanks for that, because this motherfucker was trying to get me to drop weight. My last
me.
Well, Strahan, Strahan, he dropped.
Everybody's different, man.
And I dropped the weight, and I was like, where the fuck is my power? Thanks for watching part 2 of the Fishbowl with Michael Strahan. In part 3, we're going to be talking about his relationship with one head coach in particular.